I am back in London again. Seriously, I think this is about the 6th time this year that I've been to London. I don't think I've ever been to London this much in my entire life, let alone in 1 year. And the worst bit, because I'm a skinflint and also only decided to come very last minute, I had to get the bus here this morning. Only 5.5 hours, wasn't that bad. Nice little stop to get McDonald's breakfast in the middle. I appreciated that. But anyway, you don't care about that. You don't care what I've done and what I've done to get it. You care about what I'm here for. And that is Hyper Japan 2017. I skipped last year because it didn't look very good. The year before last was amazing. It was at the O2 Arena and they really outdid themselves. Got Dempagumi, Tokyo Girl style, to name but a few. But it turned out that was a one-off, and the next year it was all a bit lackluster again. They moved it out of the O2, some other place that wasn't anywhere near as big or catered towards having live acts. So I think the best they had was charisma.com, which, don't get me wrong, that's a great act and I'd love to have seen them, but it wasn't worth the trip. So I made the choice to go to Japan Expo. But about 3 weeks ago, good old JPU, signer of many an awesome Japanese act, Nijikon, they've just signed Bandmaid, Scandal, lots of stuff, lots of my absolute favourites, announced that they'd signed Moso Calibration, who are like a sister group of Dempagumi. So they originate from the same idol cafe, if you will, so Deer Stage in Akihabara, which I managed to go to last year and it was awesome. And they're slowly they're just signed to a major label, they're slowly climbing up the ranks of the groups. But I'd say JPU have signed them and they're releasing a special Greatest Hits World Edition. They've brought them over to perform live and do signings and meet and greets and everything, which is amazing. So it was definitely worth the trip. I happened to have the 2 weeks booked off, so I was off today, so why not? Plus, Hyper Japan are always good to us, they always give us press passes, so I don't have to queue up in what's probably going to be a massive queue. So I need to go and get my pass, my credentials, and then head in. Loads of good stuff actually, so hopefully not a lot of stuff that is duplicated from Japan Expo. It looks like different stalls, obviously different acts. But also they've got a VR experience that's I think it's tied in with Kodansha. So they've got a Death Note escape room experience in VR, and also an idol experience where they've created a virtual idol group. I'm really conflicted whether to go to the Death Note experience or do that. I think it's got to be Death Note. It's got to be, because that actually looks a bit more entertaining. Anyway, 10 minutes to opening. Let's head inside. That is a long queue. Not as long as Japan Expo though. These people know nothing of queuing. So the VR thing is a ticket system, completely free, but you've got to queue up and get a ticket to do the one you want, so I'm heading straight to that. Benefits of getting in 5 minutes early. No queue. Right, time to meet my Shinigami. Just about to do the VR idol experience. I nearly forgot my towel. I haven't got my head screwed on. That's what happens when you get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I did forget my light sticks. I'm devastated. No light sticks for Mo Kelly. That was kind of cool. I'll be honest, I'm a bit disappointed with the Death Note thing. The Idol one was using HTC Vive and the Death Note one was on a Samsung Gear VR. So there was no interaction other than you're strapped to a chair and you just look around the room and look at objects, and then your Shinigami goes and looks at the objects and says, there's nothing here, or oh, I found a key. So the room's filling up with water. So the idea is you've got to, before it gets to the red line where you'll drown, you have to have found the key and the knife. You start looking around the room and there's barrels and there's bin bags and there's all sorts of different things. You think, it might be in there, and it keeps going, nope, nothing in there, this is empty, this is just garbage. and nothing's got anything in. It's not until about halfway through that suddenly these boxes float to the surface and go, oh look, these floating boxes you can get to now. Oh, there just happens to be a key in one of them. And then you carry on looking around, there's no knife, and then suddenly these apples appear. And you look at the apple, oh look, there's a knife in that. So it was just a bit disappointing. Would have been much better if that was the HTC Vive thing, and the idle thing was just on the Gear VR, because literally you can go to the App Store or the Play Store and just download that now and play it. Now while we're here, I may as well queue up for Mario Odyssey, I reckon. Hungry, but can't be bothered queuing. Too many people. McDonald's it is. I'm so full and I feel kind of bad eating McDonald's, but that queue, and I've had a week of eating overpriced Japanese food at Japan Expo, so although it smells delicious, it's just I haven't got an hour to queue. I'm a very busy man. I've got video games to play and shops to go and look at and not buy anything from. Anyway, back in. £1,001 in Seoul. That's like less than £1. Seriously, I bought every one of them as presents because they were so cheap. Right, the day's flying by. I can't actually believe that it's only 2 hours until Moso Cali. I need to go and buy the CD because I need to meet them and I need to get photos. Otherwise, how will anyone know that I was there? I won't even remember. So I think I'm going to head over to the JPU booth and give them some of my hard-earned money, which they so rightly deserve.
るアニメーションソングス、私たちの曲で最後まで皆さんと楽しんでいきたいと思います。 Please enjoy our song!
使うんだぞ。
So I got there a bit early to see Toriena, who's basically a chiptune DJ, and plays on a Game Boy and a Mac and a mixer, and she's flipping amazing. So I've just been spoiled these last week and a half. Japan Expo first and now this. Just some amazing acts. So I arrived at the live stage when the 6th live was on. And it was, you know, fairly busy, but managed to work my way through to the middle. Then that cleared out. I managed to get about 3 rows from the front. It was just me and a bunch of Mo Cali fans waiting at the front. So I got a pretty amazing view of the whole show. But then once that was done, it was all pile out and head to the meet and greet section where they did a handshake session, and I got another checky. Yes, and my face doesn't look as ridiculous as normal. So I'm kind of happy with that. That's another one for the collection. I do like these. That's me for the day. There's genuinely nothing else I need to do. It's great. I've done pretty well today. So in fact, let's just head for the exit. Let's continue this outside. And we're outside in the fresh air. I was genuinely impressed with that. I wasn't actually expecting that much from it. I thought I've been to several events here. I mean, there's the Christmas markets, which are generally supposed to be smaller, and EGX Rest, and a couple of other little things, and they were just, you could just tell they were squeezing in what they could. There's not a lot of room, but surprisingly, they fit everything in that they did at the big show. Wasn't too busy. Maybe that was because it was Friday, I don't know. The live stage was a decent size. I'm genuinely impressed with what they did. Because a couple of years ago when I went to the Christmas market, Lady Baby were on, and the room they used for the stage was just awful, really badly laid out, bad lighting, bad everything. But this was just great. It's a shame that it's getting smaller, but I think they found their kind of groove now. I think they've hit their size. As long as they keep getting acts like that, I will be very happy. So yeah, you've got my I was going to say money, but then press pass, so I didn't even eat there. I gave my money to McDonald's. I bought a CD. How's that? Right, anyway, that's it for me for a little while. So I'll be back at Christmas, I think. またね